it's Takara, and today I'm going to be breaking down Pumpkin Kaiden, giving my thoughts on whether she is worth crafting. Consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this as I play actively in the Japanese and English lovenikki servers. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. First, we will look at the cost for her. The cost is 2,152 diamonds. If you are B0, haven't bought in any of the items in the shop at least once, and have pulled for all the items you can obtain through the pavilion. Now, this is a tiered crafting chain, with the big tree being the last item you can craft. Now, let us break her down. Here she is. Here is her hair, her dress. This item right here is a shoe, her bats, her hands, her big tree, her head item, her necklace, her tattoo, and the makeup onto the special pose. The special pose has this posed hair with this full body pose and a more flowy headpiece. Now let us take her on to the view mode. First thing I want to show is that this tree actually has some kind of layering with the pumpkin. You can put the Nikki behind the pumpkin there, so that is a pretty cool effect. Now let's just look at the items. First up, we're gonna look at the two bats. They're cool, I guess. And then we have the gigantic tree. This item is huge. This is what it looks like at 43%. And for the hands, let me put on a darker background. I'll put this one on. And here are the hands at the fullest. They are actually a bit see-through at the bottom. Okay, so this suit is actually really special to me because she is the first diamond event suit I have ever finished, which was everything to me at the time, so she definitely holds a special place in my heart. Since I've owned her for a bit over a year, you might be wondering how often I use her. This hair is really pretty, one of the prettiest green hairs in game. It's such a shame that I haven't really messed around with it because it is actually really pretty. These hands are my favorite item from her. They're one of my most used movable items. They help add to any gloomy style you make, whether you're making a badass goth chick or styling a more scary type of Nikki. These hands are perfect for angsty type of themes. This big tree is very useful in the competition. Anytime there's a Halloween or darker type of theme, I always use the tree because it never fails to give me a good rank. However, I haven't really used it much when it comes to styling though. I really like these Frankenstein type of items. Let me show you them at the fullest. Here is what the tattoo looks like at the fullest. As you can see, there is a stitch on her shoulder, both of her arms, one on her hand, and some on her ankles. Though I do think this tattoo is a bit underwhelming, and I kind of prefer the one from Demon's Game. Let me find it. Here it is. However, sometimes this one right here can be like a bit too much for your Nikki, so then you'd want to use this one as an alternative for being more simple. It really just depends on what you're going for, but these two are some really great items to me. I don't use the makeup anymore. I used it a lot when I was a noob and didn't have a lot to work with, but I haven't touched it in forever. It is a pretty simple makeup. It's perfect for giving your Nikki a more blank expression. Just like the tree, I use this pose a lot in competitions. I always put the tree on, put the pose on, change the hair, the makeup, and add some accessories, and then bam, top 5% in the competition. I haven't really used it much without the tree because there isn't a lot she can sit on, especially with the way her right hand is placed. It's easier in the view mode when you can move and shrink her, but it's kind of difficult as a avatar. Here I am going to show all the things I found that I made with her. Some were random, but others were specifically made for this video. I just made her. In this photo, the only item I'm using is her dress. Here's a starry corridor I made about a month or two ago. In the Sia SE school, I was challenged to make a spooky custom pose. So here I am using her pose and the big tree, which I am really proud of this. Here's something I made randomly a while back with the hands. Because of how trash it is, I decided to recreate it so now it looks like this. I mean, it's still kind of trash, but it's a lot better than whatever the heck that was. And finally, I did some styling with the hair. I love this hair so much. It's very pretty. Again, I wish I messed around with it more since it is very, very beautiful. Now, the real question is she worth it and do I regret getting her? When I got her, she was 1,800 diamonds, so at the time it was kind of a good deal for a suit below 2k. If I was a V0 player that loved gothic stuff, I would probably just craft up until the hands because they are so useful for gothic stuff, which I actually calculated for you guys. The max cost for that would be 867 diamonds because the hands are really the main item I use from the suit and the only one I really recommend getting. Getting up to the hands would mean you would be getting the shoe, the bats, the necklace, this tattoo item, and the head item, which I do think all of these items are pretty worth 800 diamonds. I mean, they're worth it if you like the gothic style. If you don't like the gothic theme, this is a definite skip. It mainly depends on whether you spend on the game or not and how many diamonds you have. If you have the diamonds to afford this suit and get all the events you want, then I'd go for it since I don't really regret her because of how much I've used her in the competition. But if you are V0, I only recommend crafting up to the hands since they are the best item from the entire suit. But anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Bye!